Yeah, but speaking of action figures, man, I haven't seen anything for these Guardians, man. But that's the next film we're going to talk about. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, directed by James Gunn, with music by John Murphy, and the plot goes as this: still reeling from the loss of Gamora, Peter Quill must rally his team to defend the universe and protect one of their own. If the mission is not completely successful, it could possibly lead to the end of the Guardians as we know them. And this film stars, the what do we call our main guys that we've seen over the years. We got Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana. We got Karen Gilliam, Vin Diesel, voice of Groot. Sean Gunn comes back as Kraglin. We got Dave Bautista in this as well. And we got some newcomers as well, man. We got Will Poulter, who plays Adam Warlock. We got Chuck Woody Uwuji, who plays the High Evolutionary. I forgot to mention Palm Clementif as the Mantis. Also get Maria Bakalova. I think she voices Cosmo, the dog.
So yes.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper, he's back as Rocket. And I don't think there's some surprises in here I'll leave for you guys when you actually go see it. But that's it, man. This film actually blew me away, dude. Like, I kind of had high hopes because I love Gunn. Like, Gunn has never let me down as a filmmaker, really. I can't think of anything I've seen of him that I actually saw that I did not like, man. So that's crazy right there. So I really had high hopes for this. And plus, they're kind of touting it as the last hoorah for this particular group of Guardians, you know what I'm saying? And I think that was cool, man. It was a cool way to end these guys on a high note. And this might be my favorite one of this bunch, man. I haven't seen part 1 in a long time. I know this is better than part 2 for sure. So maybe if I go watch part 1 again, I'll have a better idea where this sits, man. But right now, man, this thing is up there. It's probably my one of the better, the best Marvel film I've seen this year for sure. And it's great, man, what this film manages to do. One of the highlights of this film for me, though, also is Chuck Woody as the High Evolutionary. And we see him in the trailer, man, but to see this character come to life, man, this is one of the best Marvel villains I've seen, hands down, yo. Like he's up there. He's in the top, you know what I'm saying? If we're doing a top 10 with Marvel villains of the films that have came out over the years, he's up in that 10, man, and he's probably pretty high in that 10, dude. He was intense. He gave me everything that I needed from a villain. You know, there's a little bit of Skeletor, a little diabolicalness, and a bit of meanness that takes it over the top, man. Like, this guy was crazy, man. He's intense. I really enjoyed his performance, man.
Dude, this was an emotional roller coaster for me. This film, first off, has a lot of heart to it. Mm-hmm. I was glad that they did the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, during Christmas, because it kind of catches you up on a lot of stuff that happened in between. I guess Thor, Love and Thunder, or the end of Infinity War. Where it's putting them putting them where they pretty much bought nowhere from the collector, and it's just I don't know, it was just really amazing. I just like that how everything just progressed in this story. I just loved the High Evolutionary. Like you said, he might be one of the better villains, if not the best villain that they've had in the MCU. That actor, he's actually the like the director or whatever that they were dealing with in the Peacemaker series. That was or the Squad Leader or whatever. I hadn't seen him in too many films, but he's one hell of a damn actor. And I kind of can't wait. I didn't have a problem with Jonathan Majors as Kang. Yeah, he was amazing. Right now, it seemed like they're upping their game with some of these super villains.
Yeah, and like his writing, it was just like I like what Majors did as Kang, but honestly, man, he blew Kang away, bro. I was like, Kang is supposed to be this big guy who's got next, but I didn't feel that way walking out of this. I kind of want High Evolutionary to be the new Thanos type threat, just so we can see more of this guy, like, you know, doing what he does, man. It's he understood the assignment.
Yeah, I want to see more from this character, if it's all possible. But at the same time, it's so many more supervillains we're gonna have out of in the MCU, and he, you know, he's among some of the greats, or you know, it was amazing.
Yeah, and what's weird about this film? Was Guardians delayed at all? Was it pushed around its release date?
I think it got sorted because of I think they changed the dates. They changed the dates last year because I thought that it was supposed to open up in February or something, and
but it's not like a 6 months or a year.
No.
That's the thing. Like you know, considering all this talk we've been getting lately of, you know, digital effects studios being stressed out, and like the way this thing came in looking like out, man, this thing is beautiful too, man. Like there's particularly one planet that they go to, that planet that's made out of all the organic material, and that was something I'd never seen before, man. Like my eyes were just being amazed as I'm watching them move around in that world, and like and there's also a really crazy action scene toward the end, like on the final showdown, where they're zipping that camera around the room. It's almost like a 360 camera as they're all fighting, man. Like this man is still managing to give us visually things we've never seen
hallway scene.
Yeah, this far in the game, we're still getting stuff we haven't seen before in a movie, man. Like that's amazing, dude.
That hallway scene might be better than a lot of the sequences that we saw the Avengers have in like the first two Avengers films.
Yeah,
and some of those like combinations and, you know, fighting as a team things were amazing.
Yeah, man.
Right now, Corey, if we still going in this trajectory, I can't wait to see what Feige does with the X-Men, or who he has directing the X-Men, because working as a team, that is something we didn't get with the Bryan Singer films. Yeah, you know, man.
And I don't know what we're gonna do with like Gunn is leaving. Like this is his last one, at least for Marvel, for a long time, as far as I can see. But I mean, honestly, he could still be tapped to write. There's no rules against that. But also, who's next now? Who's going to lead the pack? Like I mean, they kind of gave the torch to the Russos to handle some major milestones and story building in Phase 3, but who's our Phase 5 guy? Like is, you know what I'm saying? Is it going to be? Is it going to be Nia? Is it going to be? I haven't heard anything seen about what's my guy? Black Panther. Him taking the mantle. So I don't know, man, who they're going to put in charge to lead like a major ship show.
I don't know who the next big director is, unless the Russos come back.
Yeah.
But this is getting interesting. Really, I'll be honest with you. I didn't have any problems with Quantumania.
Yeah, I was a bit lukewarm on that one, but you know, it is what it is. But then to come back with this, like maybe we needed that. At least for me, maybe I needed that low to
bring you to this high
rebound. Come back like bow, like oh my bad for doubting. like I was man, this thing is hype.
But like you said, I just. Well, like I was saying earlier, I just like how the story progressed. I was just glad that James Gunn, and you know, I don't know if you remember, he had gotten fired from Marvel for a little bit and ended up getting his stuff back after everything was straightened out. You know, but I was glad he was able to finish his trilogy out. I'm kind of everywhere, but I completely love this film. A lot of emotions. Yeah. You kind of had a Rocket play a bigger character, featured a little bit more in this with his background. I don't know. I really don't know what to say. Other than I really just love this film.
Yeah, man. But also, man, like the emotional aspect of it, I think also is what makes this thing stand out. I mean, we're still watching something that's based on comic books, and we're suspending our belief to even go into space, and we're dealing with just really high sci-fi concepts, and some of this shit is really silly. We've got a Russian cosmonaut dog that should be dead, but somehow got sucked into this world, and now they can talk and communicate, and they're part of the team. But to put this emotional aspect behind it pulls it all together, man. And I think that's Gunn's expertise, man. Whereas I feel like when you're dealing with like a Snyderverse, it's all about anger and just and darkness and brooding. Whereas James Gunn put almost the full spectrum of human emotions in the 2.5 hours of film. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it leads to a bigger, more fun picture, man. We still got the comedy that's in there, man. That's one of Gunn's specialties, and it's good.
That's one of Marvel's specialties in general. Yeah. They're not. None of these films are really dour. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not a lot of jokes that aren't landing. Like especially with the Guardians, they are funny, but they're even funnier if you've been invested in seeing the previous films and you've seen the inside stuff. Especially with Drax and Mantis and the way they go off, but also having those hellos, man. Like the thing that hit the hardest that I think no one was ready for. I know I wasn't ready for, man. Seeing Rocket Raccoons, getting a glimpse into his background.
Yeah,
that's where
all the flashback stuff.
And to be honest, it's a tag team because High Evolutionary is doing the thing in there too, man. And it makes those things hit so much harder. You're just like, damn, this is tough for Rocket. But then you got this asshole who deserves to get a damn Oscar for this shit, man. If you asking me, this might be the first real Marvel supporting actor award that we're going to get from the Oscars, man, because he did it, man. Without him being right there, being the best evil son of a bitch he could be in those moments, I don't think they would have hit his heart, man. Yeah, it is great. It was great, man. This thing, I wanted to see it again before, we got to doing the show again. But I'll probably go see it again this week.
Did you see it in 3D when you watched it?
No, I saw it regular.
Oh, 3D was amazing in this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they did the Marvels preview in 3D, and I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
But
we do get some post-credit scenes, and I don't think they were they kind of are teasing some things that are to come, but there weren't anything where it's going to be like, have me kind of predictable. So they're still dealing within the confines of the film, but just giving you a couple more minutes or seconds with the team. But yeah, man, overall, man, this is probably one of the best things I've seen this year too, man. Marvel, they killed this one, man. The Gun went out with a bang with them, and it just makes me more excited to see
what he does with Superman.
Do this DC stuff, man. Like if people was complaining when it was announced that he was going to steer the ship, I bet you they see this movie and shut the fuck up now.
Yeah.
Because y'all are about to get all of that goodness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, dude, it's amazing, man. I'm really hyped for that.
And I agree with you. It's not too. I can't think of a James Gunn film that I didn't like, and he's just been consistent with his directing. He's a good storyteller, and I can't wait to see what he does in the DC universe.